How do I get tmux to open up a set of panes without manually entering them? So, I want to make a project-specific tmux session that pops up certain commands in certain panes automatically. Following an online tutorial and the tmux man page, this is what I come up with for a configuration file. The result is nothing. tmux starts up with a single window and single pane in that window with no commands executed. How would I go about making a configuration file that actually allows me to create a set of windows and panes with certain commands pre-executed?
Your configuration file is working, but there are a couple of complications. Short-lived commands. First, the commands you are starting, instances of ls, finish running very quickly. The windows and panes for the commands are created, but they disappear as soon as each command exits. If your goal is to actually use such one-shot commands in your eventual configuration, then you should probably use the window option remain on exit, and possibly the session option set remain on exit to provide a default for all windows created in the session. When remain on exit is set for a window, it will not disappear when the command exits. You will probably want to map the respawn window to a key. Note, respawn window will respawn the original command. Respawn pane is also available in tmux 1.5 to respawn individual panes. Or, if you do not mind your initial window being number 1 instead of number 0, then we can avoid changing the global value. If you were only using ls as a simplified placeholder command and you actually intend to spawn some type of interactive command in your windows/panes, then you should probably just spawn the command you intended to eventually run. If your intended command takes too long to start up to use it during tmux testing, then substitute a shell or other simple interactive command, for example top, SQLite3, etc. New session is the default command. Second, running tmux without a command argument, for example tmux, is equivalent to using the new session command, i.e. tmux is the same as tmux new session. Your .tmux.conference creates a session for its windows/panes, new is an alias for new session, and another session is being created for the implicit new session command specified by starting tmux without a command argument. If you are using the default status bar, you will see a 1 in the left side of the status bar when you are in the extra session. The initial session created in the .tmux.conference is number 0. If you want to avoid creating the extra session, then use tmux attach instead of plain tmux. The commands from your .tmux.conference will run, creating session 0, and then your client will attach to that session instead of creating a new one.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by manually entering, but this is how I do it. I wrote an auto start script that my window manager launches. It contains where each session file looks something like this. Wait, there's more. I have an ever-growing number of session files that I load up with console. Where work_console.tabs looks something like this. Then I press F12 to launch console.
Suppose you want to launch 3 server monitoring tasks. Here ping localhost. There's no need to mess with configuration files and saved sessions. It can all be done from the command line.
I found tmux very useful for automating tmux windows/sessions. It's written in Ruby, so you need that installed. Here is a sample configuration. You can have an arrangement of windows and splits.